Are you feeling lost and disconnected from the woman in the mirror? It's time to hit the reset button, my friend, and create a new vision for yourself. Join me in this video as I share my personal journey of rediscovering my true self and how you can do it too. From trying new things to embracing change, I'll show you how to reconnect with the amazing woman you truly are and embrace the beauty within. I love getting to teach women all over the world that style is just a skill. Nobody came out of the womb in a faux fur coat and Louboutins, and as scary or cute as that may sound. Style is just a skill, and the women in your life who are well-dressed and always put well together, they just learned before you. But here's the thing about skill set. There's one thing that comes prior to learning the skill, and that's mindset. You've heard this before. As a man thinketh, so is he. Whether you think you can or think you can't, you are right, said Henry Ford. So it all begins here. It starts with the heart. We have to touch on mindset and till the soil and undo some limiting beliefs about your body and your beauty before we even get to the fun and the fundamentals of fashion. You are in the driver's seat of your life. So you've got to stop at some point and take a look at where have you come from, who are you today, and who is the woman that you want to be going forward. A way of example, I didn't have the happiest childhood, and it was pretty traumatic. It was very dark. It was very abusive, physically, sexually, emotionally. And by the time I became a young woman and went to work at the age of 17, I had taught myself the power of personal style, because I used to look around and think, well, I've got no education, no job, no home, no car, no money, no clue. How am I going to make it work out here? And the one thing that I saw as an easy to identify common denominator was all the people that I thought were successful in life was how they dressed. So I taught myself that at a very young age. But here's the problem. I was often the best dressed but most broken woman in the room. After a tumultuous childhood, I had no self-esteem, zero self-confidence. I had no clue who I was. I had no identity, no vision, no plan. I was just working hard to make sure that they kept paying me a paycheck so I could pay my rent and survive. But that brings about in a woman's heart a real disconnect. You may be one of those women who dresses well on the outside, but it doesn't connect, it doesn't reflect the woman on the inside that used to be me. Or you might be really fine and just, stable and strong on the inside, but you're not letting it reflect on the outside. That too is a problem. There needs to be a connection. I call it dress to connect. Connect with whom? Two people. Number one, the woman in the mirror. And number two, with those around you. Because like it or not, friend, you're in the fashion business, and like it or not, friend, you have a relationship with the world. So it behooves us to get up, dress up, and make that a positive relationship and have fun while we're doing it. But it's easier said than done when you don't have love for yourself and you have self-criticism and body shame and all those kind of things, right? So how do you know? How do you know you're at the stage where you really need to reconnect with the woman in the mirror? Well, you feel like you've lost yourself somewhere along the way, right? You take such good care of everybody else, your marriage, your kids, your family, your church, your community, your business, but you don't take that good care of yourself. It's actually biblical to take care of and prioritize yourself. Love your neighbor as yourself, meaning you need to love yourself well, but we don't do that as women. And so what happens? We get frumpy and we get grumpy, and nobody likes that. Menopause doesn't help. We get frustrated. We see a beautiful woman well-dressed walk in and we're not happy for her. We get envious and we feel even worse. And that's on us. That's not her. We compare ourselves to other women, which makes no sense whatsoever. And all of these regular things just add to our frustration and our pain and our quiet distress at night when we go to bed, knowing that we are not who we thought we would be. We've lost ourselves somewhere along the way, and you have a desire to connect with the woman in the mirror. You've heard this as well. A man without a vision will perish. That means that you need to have a vision for your life. You need to have a vision for your personal style. You need to have a vision for your hairstyle. I'm busy growing out my hair from a short shaved pixie to driving me crazy, but I've got a vision. I know where I'm going. You will end up where you focus. There was an extremely good example the other day. I did the Art of Living, the live event with Matthew McConaughey. So easy on the eyes, but such a more wise and powerful, incredible human being than you'd know. If you haven't read his book, Green Lights, oh my gosh, go get it. Green Lights by Matthew McConaughey. Tony Robbins was on, Dean Graziosi. I mean, people who are that kind of wisdom on a free webinar, like, why wouldn't you attend? And Tony was given this excellent, yet another good example of what you focus on is where you'll end up. So if you're in a car accident and or you're driving and it's rainy and you're worried about crashing and you're looking at the poles, you're going to end up where you're looking. Just like if you want to win that race, you're focused on the finish line, you're focused on the trophy, you're going to get there. What you feed will flourish. What you focus on is going to be where you end up. So what are you focusing on? Have you got a vision for the rest of your life? Are you, whether you're married or divorced or single, or whether you're 35 or 65, it doesn't matter. You need a vision, because without a vision, you'll have no plan. No plan means no goals. No goals means no timeline and no reality behind. It just becomes a wish. It becomes a wish, and this is your life, my friend. This is not a dress rehearsal. This is the real deal. You get one shot. You got to give it your best shot. So how do you go about creating a vision for your life? First of all, you got to make sure that you're living life and doing life with those on a similar journey. So you're so welcome to click the link below, join my Facebook group called Dress to Connect. It's completely free, it's closed, it's private, it's for women only. And that's where we decide we are committed to getting up, dressing up, and being the bold light on a hill that we know we are called to be. We also know we've got some work to do to undo some harmful, unhelpful, limiting belief systems that we have about ourselves. We need to stop criticizing ourselves and others and commit to loving the woman in the mirror. There's a bunch of stuff that goes on there. We have fun with fashion. We share our fashion finds. We do makeup tutorials. We do lashes. We start with the heart, because mindset precedes the skill set that is personal style. So I invite you to join us. Another way you can do that is click on the link lindapage.com, join my next free webinar, and I talk about setting a vision, going from as is to be, going from maybe you're the queen of low self-esteem, how to ditch that, how to build a rock solid platform of self-esteem, and how to build your self-confidence on top of that, because that's how it works. One is a gift that is given, another is a skill that is built. Self-confidence means self-trust. It's rooted in the Latin word fidere, which means trust. And here's the good news, more good news. Style is just a skill, and confidence is something that you can build, but it must rest upon the rock that is self-esteem. So we talk about that in detail in my webinar, and we actually, in my coaching program, if you'd like to just go straight there at lindapage.com, is we actually get to work. One of the first assignments is set a vision. Who do you want to be? What do you want to say when you walk into a room without opening your mouth? You are worthy of walking into a room and turning heads and being respected and admired as a woman of strength, a woman of substance, a woman of style. That's who you are. But this is something you've got to come to terms with. Change is not growth. Growth is change. Change happens with or without you. The weather changes. Politics, economics, people change. Jobs change, cars change. That doesn't mean that you're growing, and you are designed to grow. You are designed to continually learn and get better and faster and stronger. So it is essential that you are doing that with people who also are inspiring you, encouraging you, and backing you to go after your goals, go after the life that you know you want to live. Don't be scared of change. Change is a good thing. If you don't change, you're just going to get more of what you already have. Are you happy with that? If you are, that's great. But if you're not happy with that, you have to do something. Do being the operative word here. You have to do something that is different, that comes against your complacent comfort zone, because you might think that you're comfortable, my friend, and your comfort zone is your dead zone, but you're not comfortable. You have a spirit of excellence inside of you that wants to arise and shine, that wants to go and have a good positive impact on the world. That's what you have inside of you. That spirit of excellence is never going to go away. It's an animal. It must be fed. If you don't feed it, it's going to get frumpy and grumpy. And maybe that's where you are right now. Don't be scared of change. It's okay to feel scared, but don't be scared of change. The Bible says the same thing, right? Do not be afraid. But can you feel afraid? Of course. There's a healthy part of that. But be of sound mind. Be of courage. Be bold. Be that bold light on a hill. It's taking that first step. And if this is making you feel nervous right now, then this is for you. Then this message is just for you today. Is surround yourself with new people who are on a mission to get up, dress up, and be a bold light on a hill. Learn from them. Fall into their slipstream. Here is another thing that I started doing in my 20s to come against my fearful mind. After a tumultuous childhood, I was fearful and untrustful, and I didn't trust one single person on the planet. Everybody just about that I knew, everybody had hurt me in some deep way. So I had to start doing the opposite of what I was doing, because that was the only way I was going to break out of this control freak perfectionism. By the way, that's another conversation for another time. If you're a perfectionist, you don't want to be one. I am a completely redeemed perfectionist. It's the spirit of excellence that you want to open your mind to, but another time. But it's binding and it's restricting and it's rooted in fear. Perfectionism and control is rooted in fear. So you have to decide, because it's Tuesday, we get to choose every day. Do you want to remain rooted in fear, or do you want to get up and step out of that? And it's going to feel uncomfortable, but even good change is going to feel uncomfortable. It's going to take some courage, but you have a spirit of courage, and come over to the light side, come over to the other side, where there is freedom from those things that bind and chain you. So I started prioritizing myself. I started learning how to love myself. I started surrounding myself with people who really seemed to like what they saw in the mirror. They were so comfortable in their own skin. And it's biblical, as you know, to love yourself well. Love your neighbor as yourself. Everybody around you benefits when you prioritize yourself. It's not selfish. It's not vain to look good and dress well. It is actually just feeding the spirit of excellence that is inside of you. Something else you can do is go and do the things that you love. I don't know, what do you love? Maybe you like playing tennis. Maybe you like pottery. Maybe you like painting. Maybe you like hiking. What is it that you love to do? Because there are communities that exist, like not far from you, of people full of like-minded people like you who love that very thing. What a great bit of common ground to start a friendship or relationship off of, right? So get into those communities. Can it be scary to get in by yourself? Yes, but that's temporary. What lasts the long term is there are relationships and opportunities and friendship and love and encouragement that you might find there. We've all been hurt, my friend. You've hurt people and you've been hurt by people. But you cannot guard your heart for life. You cannot put a barrier and a protection device around it in case you're going to get hurt again. Because guess what? You're going to get hurt whether you do that or not. So you may as well go after the things that you want to do. You're going to get hurt. You cannot escape that in life. You're going to be disappointed. You're going to be hurt. But the more you carry on living out there and going out there and doing the things that you love, the better you'll become, the more discerning you'll become, the wiser you'll become. And hey, you're going to have some fun. Something else that is really powerful when it comes to taking the focus off of yourself, if you don't like where you are in life right now, is go and volunteer. Shifting your focus from yourself to others is a powerful thing. And it's actually a spiritual, it's something we're designed to do, is to just be of service. Don't be of so much service that you never invest in yourself, you never take care of yourself, because that's just martyrdom, and that really doesn't serve anybody, really. But volunteer in an environment where you can't but feel grateful for what you have. Gratitude is another powerful tool that if you harness it, you will realize, flip, you know what? I'm going to stop focusing on the negative. I'm going to focus on the positive and watch the change that it brings into your life. So take the focus off of yourself, go and volunteer. That will grow the gratitude in you, and change will come your way. Something else that you can do right now today, and like I say, it's Tuesday, is you can choose to stop being your biggest critic. It is just a choice, my friend. You can retrain your brain to do anything. Your spirit of beauty starts with your heart. If you are criticizing yourself and your body and your boobs and your butt and your belly and your upper arms and your everything, then it means that you're not committed to the woman in the mirror. And if you're not committed to you, why should we be? Why should anybody be? If you're working from home and you say, what's the point of dressing up? Nobody sees me. You just called yourself a nobody. No one's going to be committed to that. So you need a vision. Get into Dress to Connect on Facebook or register for my next free webinar and let me help you to how to go about creating a vision. You could live the rest of your life as the best of your life. It's entirely up to you. Take stock of your life today and look around and ask yourself the question, am I happy with how I'm living? Who am I doing it with? And the days that I start and end out there and how they pan out, am I happy with that? Am I inspired? Am I really? Because yes, of course, there's always more. But unless you're saying, I love what I do, and this life is incredible, and I'm so grateful to have built and have people who help you to build the life that I have. Unless you can say that, you want to take stock of your life today, because the option exists for you to change it or enhance it. Surround yourself with the right people who will inspire and motivate and encourage you, people who will celebrate your successes, who are happy when you succeed. They're not critical or envious of your success. It is possible, beautiful woman, to reconnect with the woman in the mirror. It is possible to get up, dress up, and be the bold light on a hill that you know you are called to be. It is possible to look forward to your day with like-minded people on a similar journey. It just starts with you. It starts with one decision, and it starts with a step forward. No one's going to do it for you. You need to decide, am I going to join this group? Am I going to get onto that free webinar? What are you going to do as a next step? Because vision is the thing that's going to help you to reconnect with the woman in the mirror. And Dress to Connect is all about that. It's Dress to Connect in a way on the outside that reflects the woman on the inside, so that you and she will be on the same page. You'll always be in sync, rooting for each other. And then you will attract positive people and positive opportunities. You are either attracting or repelling people by the way you dress, by the way you do or don't have eye contact, the way you frown or the way you smile, your body language, your whole nonverbal communication. It's all in my coaching program. You're so welcome to go and check it out. Otherwise, hop onto my free webinar, and for sure, at the very least, come on over to Dress to Connect. You will find some incredible women there who have gone from zero to hero in the style stacks, who went from the queen of low self-esteem to kick-ass confident and living an incredible life. You're invited today on this Tuesday.